Hello everyone. In this session I will show you how to record your day-to-day expenses, and I assume at this stage you already defined all of your expenses and you link them to the categories defined by the CRA, Canada Revenue Agency. Once you completed that step, then you are ready to move to the next step and record your day-to-day expenses. So from the menu here you select the record expenses and it will take you to this model or template. So let me show you the various parts in this template, so before you proceed making entries. The first column here, line number, this is the reference number generated by the system, and the purpose of this is you can mark your receipts while you're recording them in the system with this reference number. So this will help you later on verify if you recorded a receipt and find it in the system and check how it's recorded. The next column is the date of the expense, followed by the receipt number or the bill number, and the vendor name. Let's say you purchase expenses from you purchase material from Home Depot or stationaries from Office Depot. You can put the supplier name. Next is the expense account, what type of expense account, and in here while you're recording you can choose from the list that you already defined before. So you can choose the expense account, and if the expense account that you are about to record is not in the list here, you can go back to the define expense account and you add a new line for this new type of expense, and you link it to Revenue Canada, the proper category used by Revenue Canada. So once you define the account and once you come here to use it, then the system automatically will show the category that is used by Revenue Canada. So as you see here in the blue area, it's automatically filled by the system. Okay, so the next column is claim percentage as business expense. So the purpose of this is sometimes people buy some material and part of it is used personally and the other part is for business. So in here the system by default giving you a 100%, you are claiming 100% of this expense as a business expense. But if it's not the case, then you can just change the percentage, overwrite it. Okay, the next is HST applicable. So the system again by default giving yes, so everything you are putting there is HST applicable. But if the HST is not applicable for that receipt, you can just remove the yes, you just delete. Okay, gross expense amount including HST. So in here in this column you put the full amount appearing on the receipt, and then the system will calculate the net expense account and the HST based on the settings that you chosen here, and the system will show you the non-business portion of that purchase if the percentage is not 100%. And the last part, you can add memo for the transaction, the nature of the expenses, or if it's related to a project, whatever you want to add there. Okay, so let's start by doing some examples. Remember in the first session I show you in the menu part where we have lock period here, and let's say I'm done with the 2016 and I'm about to make entries in the 2017. I already filed the HST and the taxes for 2016, and I don't want accidentally to change numbers or making a new entry that related to a period that is already filed. So to prevent this accidentally happening, so you put here that lock period January 1st 2017, so the system will not allow any entry using any date before that date. So let me go back to record expenses, and let's see how the system will react if you put a date that is before January 1st 2017. So let's say I want, by mistake, I want to put 2016-01-01. The value you entered is not valid. Retry. So let's make it 2017 instead of 16. The system accepted the value. Next, you can put the reference number from the receipt number, and the vendor name. So let's say you purchase material from Home Depot, and the expense account. Let's say from Home Depot I purchase some material related to construction. So let's say I purchased some electrical components, and the system automatically, as you see here, other direct cost, so those direct costs to certain projects. And let's say I'm here claiming 100% of this related to the business, and it's an HST applicable. So let's say the total amount is 1,130. So as you see here, the system automatically calculates the net expense account and the HST applicable. But let's say if I claimed not 100% from this transaction, let's say I claimed only 75% was business related, and the rest is, let's say, personal. So the system, as you see, recalculates the transaction. So as you see, the system first excluded the HST amount and calculate the 75% from the 1,000, which is the amount of the expense excluding HST, and the system recalculate the HST applicable to the business. And at the end here, just for your information, the system showing you how much is the amount that is not related to the business, or it's a personal, just for your information to see how the amount is split. So this is basically how you make an entry. It's very simple. If, let's say, for example, you have an entry that there's no, the HST is not applicable, so basically you just remove the yes from here, and as you see, the system recalculates everything based on no HST and based on the percentage that we use here. In the top here, I made a lot of entries here just to show you how it's look like when the system is used. So let's say, for example, the salaries and payroll, there is no HST on salaries. So once you choose there is no HST, the system will not calculate HST on salaries or payroll. Okay, so the button here in the top is to help you find or making a new entry. So it's a quick access to the new record. So you can just click on it, and it will take you to the first available line, or the last available line to make new entries. Okay, so that's set for now. In the next sessions, I will show you how to make sales entries and how to see the various reports. Thank you.